All right, guys. So I've been wanting to launch a new kind of product line here in my Etsy shop or my art studio, and I wanted to create a bunch of smaller items. It would give me an excuse to sculpt a lot more here in the studio, as well as do a lot more like fine detail painting, like miniatures, but just like my own sculpted designs. So I've decided to create a full line of magnets. So over the next few months to a year, I'm going to sculpt out probably 30, maybe to 100 different sets of magnets. Each set will have, depending on how large the magnet is, will have either one large one or two or three small ones all together. If I get to like a set that requires four or five, of course the price would be varying up in price. But I think it would be just very cool to be able to offer like sets of magnets. And I don't want to be tied to any kind of like niche or genre, as it were, when I'm creating these. I really just want to branch out and just have fun creating and sculpting here in the studio. So throughout the process, I'm going to be making molds of these items and then casting them out of smooth on polyplastic. And then it'll create a very lightweight but strong item that I can produce and sell on Etsy. Now, a few things with the magnets here. Now, there's a lot of rules when you sell magnets online or on Etsy. One of the biggest things is the choking hazard for children. Magnets and kids are very dangerous. Just get that straight, get it out of the way, understand that. So when I create magnets here in the studio, none of the magnets will be visible from the outside of the casted item. Does it require extra work in the casting process? Of course it does. But there will be no magnet visible. And to get the magnet out, they're going to have to work pretty hard to do so. Okay? So we're going to create magnets of all different sizes, but I want to make sure that the magnet itself is not visible from the outside of the casted jacket. Very important. And I leave that as a description, as a notation and a warning on the description of each individual item that I sell on Etsy that have or contain magnets. It's very important to have that. Just saying that straightforward, right? These molds are absolutely bulletproof and they're going to last a very long time as I get into this new venture. As I sell these artisan, sculpted, casted, and detail painted to perfection the way the customer wants on Etsy, I will reinvest those monies into creating the next mold or line or round segment product of the magnets themselves. So as this monetary funds grow, I invest the money and then I grow it further. And this can continue to grow. Eventually, I'll have 100 or so sets of magnets that are artisan grade of my own sculpted items. Very, very, very proud of that. So if you're looking to get in that, you gotta be able to sculpt. And of course, if you want to learn how to sculpt, you're in the right place. If you want to learn how to make molds of those sculptures, you're in the right place. If you want to learn how to detail paint them, you're in the right place. So let's just get it straightforward. As of right now, we're going to make the molds of these items. I'm not going to, at this point, show you how to sculpt each individual item. Later on down the road, I may come in and I will show you in real time each item and how to sculpt it. We might do that. But for now, because I do want to make a little bit of monies off of this before I start to kind of like share all of that sculpted knowledge and my designs so that people can just easily, quickly replicate it without trying, I'm going to hold off on that for a little while. But I may come in and actually show you the painting process of the original idea for the kind of like the sellable item, the one with the reference photos for Etsy that I have in my mind when I create the actual sculpted item. Like when you create a sculpted item, you picture what you want the paint job to look like. So I'll create that so that way you can kind of see how the item is painted itself. And then we may come in later on down the road and apply a separate video, like a sculpting process for each individual magnet. There'll be a ton of videos. There'll be a ton of videos, like like 2 or 3 magnets per set, 100 sets of magnets. That's 200 or 300 videos just in the sculpted playlist alone. So later on down the road, if you're into sculpting, this is the place for you, right? But of course, we're going to detail paint these. And it would just be a nice, fun little real-time video here in the studio. So as I get to these, maybe I'll do those on some YouTube Lives, just have some fun painting with you guys. I haven't done YouTube Lives in a while, but hopefully it'll just be kind of fun.